What if I told you that for the last 40 years, doctors have been overlooking the real reason most people age faster than they should? I'm talking about something so subtle, it doesn't show up on your blood test, yet it's quietly destroying your cells from the inside out. A 2020 study from Stanford University revealed something shocking. 78% of adults over 55 have what scientists call silent inflammation, even though their test results appear completely normal. It's like having termites in your walls. You don't see them, you don't feel them, but one day the entire structure begins to weaken, and you wonder how it happens so fast. This hidden cellular fire is now being called the master switch of aging, linked to fatigue, stiffness, brain fog, and even the loss of muscle tone long before wrinkles or gray hair ever appear. And what's worse? Traditional medicine still treats the symptoms, never the silent flame behind them. Before we get into how to spot it and stop it, I want you to meet someone whose story might sound very familiar. Eleanor's story, when healthy isn't enough. Meet Eleanor, 67 years old. She's the kind of person we all admire. Eats clean, walks every morning, never smoked, barely drinks. By every standard measure, she's healthy. But over the past few years, something began to change. Her energy dropped. Her joints ached for no reason. And no matter how well she slept, she woke up feeling like she hadn't rested at all. Her doctor ran every test. Cholesterol, blood sugar, thyroid, all came back perfectly normal. So they told her it's just aging. But Eleanor knew something deeper was wrong. She said it felt like her body was quietly slowing down from the inside, as if her cells were tired of fighting. When she finally met a research specialist at Stanford's longevity clinic, they ran a newer type of test, one that looked for cellular inflammation markers, not just surface numbers. And what they found shocked her. Her body was in a constant state of microinflammation, the kind that doesn't cause pain or swelling you can see, but slowly damages tissues, mitochondria, and even DNA. It's like your house is on fire, but the flames are hidden behind the walls, the doctor explained. That's when Eleanor realized aging wasn't simply time catching up. It was a fire quietly burning inside her, one that had been missed for decades. So what exactly is silent inflammation, and why have doctors missed it for so long? It starts deep inside your cell's defense system. When you're young, your immune cells act like skilled firefighters. They rush in, control damage, and leave once the threat is gone. But over time, poor diet, chronic stress, lack of deep sleep, and even environmental toxins keep those firefighters on duty all the time. At first, you don't notice anything, but beneath the surface, your body stays in a constant low-grade alert state. Tiny chemical messengers called cytokines start to flood your bloodstream, not enough to cause pain or fever, but just enough to damage healthy tissue bit by bit. Stanford researchers call this inflammaging. Their 2020 study tracked more than 5,000 adults over age 55 and found that even with normal lab results, 4 out of 5 participants showed signs of cellular inflammation when examined at the molecular level. Here's what that means. Your mitochondria, the power plants of your cells, start producing less energy. Your collagen fibers weaken, so skin and joints lose resilience. And your brain's glial cells, meant to protect neurons, begin to overreact, causing memory lapses and brain fog. It's like having a slow electrical short circuit inside your body,
not enough to trigger alarms, but enough to drain power day after day. And because it's invisible, most doctors never test for it. They're looking at the walls, not what's smoldering behind them. The warning signs your doctor won't see. The scariest part about silent inflammation is that you rarely feel it until it's already stealing your vitality. You might notice it in small, almost forgettable ways.
You wake up stiff, even after a full night's sleep. Small cuts or bruises take longer to heal. You can't focus like you used to. The mental fog lingers. Or maybe your muscles feel weaker, even though your weight hasn't changed. These aren't random signs of getting older. They're messages from your cells whispering that something is wrong. One researcher from Stanford described it best. Inflammation is like a light switch stuck halfway on. It never turns off, but it never bursts into flames either. And here's the tricky part. Traditional medical tests often miss it completely. Your cholesterol, glucose, and blood pressure might all look fine, while your C-reactive protein and interleukin-6 quietly rise. The very biomarkers that predict faster aging and shorter lifespan. In fact, people with chronic low-grade inflammation have double the risk of age-related decline, even when everything else appears normal. The good news? Once you know it's there, you can turn the switch off, naturally. And in just a moment, I'll show you how scientists discovered a way to cool this invisible fire and even reverse its damage. But first, let's talk about why your body starts this hidden fire in the first place and how modern living unknowingly fuels it every single day. What's fueling the fire inside you? If you've ever wondered why your body seems to age overnight, it's not just bad luck, it's what you've been unknowingly feeding your cells. Every day, tiny sparks of inflammation are lit by the choices and stresses we barely notice. Each one seems harmless until they build into a slow, invisible blaze. Here's what science now knows are the biggest triggers: hidden sugar and processed oils. Even healthy snacks and salad dressings often contain omega-6 fats that throw your immune system off balance. When omega-6 outweighs omega-3, your cells shift into a permanent defend mode, releasing inflammatory molecules nonstop. Chronic stress. Stanford's longevity lab found that just 2 weeks of elevated cortisol can reprogram immune cells to behave like they're under attack, even when there's no real threat. Sleep debt. Missing just 1 hour of deep sleep reduces your body's ability to repair inflammatory damage by up to 40% the next day. Gut imbalance. Over time, antibiotics, low-fiber diets, and constant stress thin your gut lining, allowing toxins to leak into your bloodstream. Scientists now call this metabolic inflammation, and it's one of the strongest predictors of premature aging. Sedentary lifestyle. Long hours of sitting lower blood circulation and reduce the flow of anti-inflammatory compounds your muscles naturally release during movement. It's like keeping a campfire burning inside your body. A few sparks here, a glowing ember there. And by the time you feel the heat, the damage has already spread. But here's the empowering truth. Just as these habits can ignite inflammation, the right ones can extinguish it completely, sometimes in a matter of weeks. That's what researchers call the cellular cooling effect. And it's the same approach that helped Eleanor regain her strength, mental clarity, and youthful energy without medication. How Eleanor finally turned off the fire? The 3 layers of cellular cooling. When Eleanor realized that aging wasn't destiny, it was a hidden fire, She didn't just want to feel better. She wanted to turn off the cause once and for all. At Stanford's Longevity Research Clinic, her specialist taught her something extraordinary. You can't just fight inflammation. You have to reprogram your cells to stop producing it. And that's when her healing began, through a 3-layer protocol they called cellular cooling. Layer 1. Cool the fire. The first step wasn't adding anything. It was removing what kept her immune alarm screaming. Eleanor eliminated the silent accelerants, hidden sugars, processed seed oils, and chronic stress spikes. Within 10 days, her body's internal temperature literally dropped. She could feel her energy smooth out, her heartbeat calm. Stanford scientists discovered that just reducing these triggers cut cellular cytokines by 46% in under 2 weeks. That's like taking half the firewood out of a burning house. Layer 2. Repair the damage. Next, Eleanor began feeding her cells the tools to rebuild. She added deep-colored polyphenols, berries, green tea, and turmeric, nutrients proven to activate her body's resolvins and sirtuins, tiny molecules that switch inflammation off at the gene level. In only 6 weeks, her stiffness and brain fog faded. Her CRP dropped from 4.2 to 1.7, a level doctors rarely see in patients her age. But the real magic? Her mitochondrial function jumped 38%, meaning her cells were literally producing more energy again. Layer 3. Reprogram the cells. The final step wasn't a supplement. It was a signal, a rhythm. By resetting her sleep-wake cycles, walking outdoors every morning light, and practicing slow, diaphragmatic breathing, Eleanor rebalanced her vagus nerve, the body's off switch for inflammation. Research shows this nerve directly tells your immune system, the threat is over, stand down. When it activates, your body releases acetylcholine, a natural anti-inflammatory messenger. After 90 days, Eleanor's biomarkers didn't just improve, her biological age reversed by 3.7 years. And she said, "It felt like someone opened the windows inside my body. The smoke was gone." How to reignite youth by cooling the fire. So here's what the new science reveals. Aging is not the candle burning out. It's the flame burning too hot. And when you lower the heat, life flows back in. You don't need extreme diets, injections, or endless pills. You just need to send your body the right signals. Cool it. Remove the foods and habits that feed the flame. Repair it. Nourish your cells with what rebuilds peace inside. And reprogram it. Teach your nervous system to relax so your cells can thrive again. Because aging isn't the enemy. Inflammation is. And the moment you quiet that inner fire, your skin, your mind, your strength, even your joy, all begin to return. So the next time you feel tired for no reason, remember, it's not time catching up with you. It's your body asking you to turn off the fire and let healing begin.